Hello, this is Johnny. I just got home and I'm going to show you how to flash this. Those of you who have problem flashing the vendor image where it say over cap and then it give you an error message and you have problem burning it. So this one, it only take 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to burn the system image instead of the vendor image. A vendor image is where you have all your image of your game. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the safe mode. So first we're going to plug the power in, hold the button, and then we're going to turn the power on. Okay, and once you see the light, you could go ahead and let go with this button. And right now I didn't plug into the computer, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug that to the computer. I got the one end plug in already to the computer, and then this one is a very good USB. It's just the right side for it, and you go directly plug into the system. So let's do that. All right, excuse all the mess. We've been doing a lot of stuff, so we got a lot of mess. So we go ahead and plug this in. You can hear the click when you go in. Hear that? Click, and then the computer also sound. So this is already in the sleep mode. I'll just plug it in, and now it's communicating with the computer. Now, I want to talk about the flash drive. I know I told you to get this one, the Sandisk, the first time, but I don't recommend using this one because this C drive is too wide to go in here. Okay, and what I mean by that is that see how wide this is? It won't fit in there. You need to be at least this small. See, this is way too wide and it won't go in at all. Okay, this thing will not even go in, and so this one work just fine, the one I give you the link. So you have to, so luckily this side have a 2 connection, but I don't recommend using this one. This is a FAT32 format that came FAT32. I don't know, is it because the FAT32 or is it because the USB this is not compatible? But I plugged this in and I did a video while I was driving home that this thing just keep on crashing left and right. Okay, and when I got home I used the other one, but this one I did not overload the image. I just transferred the image over. I didn't add any extra game in here. The other one have 600 game. This one only have the one that was 2 gig that came from this image to here, so it didn't have a lot of gaming here. But this one did not crash at all. It played just fine. It's just when you play and you come out, it's the same problem with this one. And the image that's inside is when you go into the game and come out, some of the icon, the picture will show no picture, and that's because the resource in this system do not have a lot of resource. So that all that say, this is 3.0 Sandisk. So what I recommend is you don't need to get a 128 gigabyte because it will not able to play 128 gigabyte, meaning that the system Neo Geo do not have enough resource, RAM, cache RAM in the system for it to load a lot of images. So the more game you have, the more picture icon you're gonna load, and the more you load, the more resource memory you have on the system, and the system will freeze up. Now I don't know if that will happen with this one as well, but this one tend to run much better with the exFAT format, and this is a 3.0 and it runs a lot smoother than this other one. And I think this one might be a 2.0, I'm not sure, but it does have problems crashing left and right, so I don't recommend it. And I already removed the link, and if you already order it, please cancel it, from Amazon, because it's not worth getting this one. Okay, even though it's pretty slick that I have both sides connection, but it doesn't work well on Neo Geo. Okay, all right, so take care of that hardware issue we just talked about, and I'm going to go ahead and pop this in to my laptop. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna plug that in. All right, it's in. Now I'm going to show you how to flash this. Those of you who have problem flashing the image, this new USB flashing, it only take 2 minutes, and you won't run into where you say overlap where the image is too big and you cannot flash it. this will solve your problem of those of you who have a flashing issue. Okay, so I just dropped my glasses. Let me get my glasses put on. Okay, so what you want to do is you wanted to unzip the program, and you want to put it into your H drive or whatever, C drive, D drive, whatever you have. But make sure you keep the name of the folder structure the same. So for example, you have to put it into a folder called Neo Geo with no space dash mini dash hack. Okay, you keep the same name structure. And inside this folder, your burning program is here, and this burning program is looking for a folder called burning file. So you don't want to change the name right here. This is the reason I'm changing it, is because I'm testing all this, and so if I'm going to use this one, okay, to burn it, then I need to rename this. Okay, but since I'm not going to burn this image to my Neo Geo, I'm just going to burn a file called System.img, and this file is exactly the same size as the original one right here, 153,600. That kilobyte, that file is the one is going to help you for your system to read the USB instead of reading this image from your from the system. So instead of burning this this file, which is pretty big, into your Neo Geo, which is 2,740, instead of burning that to your system, we're only going to burn this 153K only. Okay, and that'll take less than 2 minutes. So this is the image we're going to burn, and to download this, I will be on the description. And see, this is the original one. I move it. You don't want to keep two files the same name in the same folder. It's going to confuse the system. See, it's the same size, and this one is January 23rd, and the other one is which is today's date, June 26th, that I downloaded. Actually, it's not today's date, but I downloaded over the weekend. So this is a file that is going to help me, my Neo Geo Mini, to read my USB. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And after we do that, I'm going to show you how to open this image and extract it to the hard drive, to your computer, and then from your computer you're going to copy it into a USB. Okay, and then that's about it. That's all you have to do. So, but I'm going to go ahead and go through the steps, so make sure you understand it. So first, we're going to launch the program, which is the main app.exe. This is the program that will burn the system image into your Neo Geo. Okay, I have another one open. So right there, this is the one. Okay, it already recognized my USB because I plug it in, and it say it's ready. Okay, now in here, originally you don't have a check on this. This is what you normally would do. You will go and get the firmware, which is from the Neo Geo Mini burn folder, H drive, which this is where I put the program in my external hard drive. Then I open this firmware and click open, and I do replace. Now this is, we're not going to do this. What we are going to do is we are going to click on the advanced configuration, and if this thing is checked, for example, you want to take that off. The only thing you want is production and multi-platform image. You don't want the FAT. This is a MISC, which is the partition you don't need. Only thing you need is a system image partition. You're not going to flash the vendor. You're not going to format the data partition. You're not going to format the cache partition. Only thing you need is system partition. Okay, 3 check. 1 check, 2, 3, and that's all you need. Okay, so we are going to click download, and you watch, it's going to finish in a few minutes. Very fast. So those of you who have image burning problem issue and stuff, this is one way to go around it. So you don't have to, you could just put your image in your USB flash drive and run from there. Okay, now if you're going to put more than 2 GB, we're going to test that out. It might create some issue, but you surely are welcome to do it, but you just have to remember, if it does freeze up, you just have to turn it off, turn it back on, and then everything will go back to normal again. Okay, so it only took 33 seconds. Wow, it's not even 1 minute. All right, 33 seconds, you're done. Okay, now once it's finished successfully, it's automatically going to disconnect itself from your Neo Geo Mini. So it disconnect itself. So you don't need this anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Okay, so let's go and look at our Neo Geo Mini. Okay, here's our Neo Geo Mini. We are going to turn the power off. Okay, we're gonna unplug the USB. All right, and before you touch the system, we're going to put the base back on, so we won't accidentally put statics on it and mess up your system board or anything. Okay, now when you turn it on, this is what you will get. You will get this and the Neo Geo logo, and then nothing happened. You're gonna stay. That means you did it right. That means you did it correctly. Okay, don't get freaked out and say, hey, why is it not doing anything? Because you haven't plugged in the flash drive yet. So it's waiting for you to plug in the flash drive. Now we're gonna come over here and I'm gonna show you how you're going to get the zip file that you download, that I gave you on the description. You're gonna download it. You're gonna unzip it. Now here is not important anymore. You're not going to burn anything to the Neo Geo Mini. So you're just gonna extract it, the image, the file out to a computer, and then from the computer you're gonna transfer it to your flash drive. So you don't really worry about what's the name you're gonna call it or what folder you're gonna name it. Okay. So a good example of what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back on my H drive. In here I have a folder called Burning 67 Neo Geo that one. This is the one I'm gonna use. And where did I get this? I went to Johnny's my Google Drive and I download this file right here. So I went, before I always tell you to extract it here, which I don't want to, because I wanted to put it in its own separate folder, because now it's not important about the folder name. Okay, so you could extract it here. So when I extract it, it created this folder called right here. In here, it's going to create this folder. Okay, because I don't want to override the folder or outside here. If I say extract it here, it's going to override my system image and all that stuff. So what I did is I told it to put it in its own folder. Okay, from here I'm going to open this file. Okay, so you're going to say, well, how do you open this file? It's in a different folder. So I'm going to copy this path, copy it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go open the program called the Win Image. Okay, right there. So I'm gonna click on this one, and I'm going to tell it where the file, the vendor file is, and I'm going to extract the file into my physical computer, and then from that I'm going to put it into my flash drive. So I'm going to click File, Open, or you could click on icon right there, same thing. Then here I'm just going to paste the path, Control V. Oop. It won't let me paste it. I just have to look for it. Okay. I just have to look for it. So it's in H. It's in Neo Geo Mini Hack. In here I have one called Arcade 1-Up. Marvel Arcade 1-Up. That's the one that have the 3 games that's coming out soon in Arcade 1-Up. Gonna click Burn. Gonna open this file. This is a file that is very big, that a lot of people have problem burning it. It's 2007-73. It need to be 2007-40, but it's 773. So this one is the one that a lot of you have problem burning it, say overload or overcap. the file, you know, and then give you an error. So this is the one I'm going to put on my USB. So I'm going to open this up. It have all this file here. You have the ROM, okay, and it tell you exactly how many files you have. You have 83 file in here, and the image is more accurate. So this one has 67 without counting the one called more. It says 69 right here, but it's actually it's 67 because 69 is including the one called the more game folder. If I could find it, more game, right there, more games, okay, and also have the dot folder in here. Dot created the extra 2 thing. But anyway, this one has 67 game, and it have the hack game as well. So how do you're gonna ask, well, how do I get this to put on my USB? So you just highlight here, right here, highlight it. Then you're gonna go to, let me zoom back in so you can see better. Okay, so I'm gonna click on image. First, make sure that you highlight here. Don't highlight here. If you highlight here, only thing is gonna come over is this one. If you highlight here, everything plus the RES is gonna come over. So you're gonna do image. You're gonna select extract, and you're gonna say extract with the path name. Okay. Then you say where you want to put it. Okay, I want to put it in. So let's go to this side. I want to put it in the H drive. Where's my mouse? H drive. And in the H drive, I'm gonna look for Neo Geo hack, Neo Geo mini hack. In here, I have a folder called this one. So I'm gonna put it in the same place, okay? And I'm gonna click open, okay? And then here, I'm gonna click OK. And now it's taking all of this and it's transferring into my H drive, which is, we're gonna bring that over and we're gonna look at it. Okay, so we're gonna click here, go back out, I'm going to Neo Geo mini hack right there. Let me zoom back in. Okay, we're gonna open that one, and then we're gonna look at the one called Arcade 1-Up. That's where I put it, and you are going to see a folder called RES. See that? Right now, only thing came over is the one called cache. Okay. So if you move this over a little bit, right now it's doing the cache. It's only doing 20%. So when it finishes, it's gonna keep on producing more and more folder, which is going to look like this side over here: cache, hack, image, logo, ROM, and everything. So once this is finished, you're gonna copy the everything from this folder called RES into your flash drive. Okay, so you're gonna go to your flash drive, for example. I'm gonna go to my PC so I can find my flash drive. Some reason my flash drive is mapped to IP address. I don't know why, but see right here, W. Now you want to make sure you name this folder. See, some of the name is called ROM. Some, for example, some of mine is called Hatchy. Some of them is called a 3.63 terabyte underscore PSP. Some is called Transist. Some is called 4 terabyte. So what you want to do is just go into your flash drive and you want it to rename it. Okay. Once you finish renaming it, you are going to copy all the ESC over here. Once you pop this into the Neo Geo, it automatically create this one, and this one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the whole thing and press delete. My delete is somewhere at the bottom. There you go, delete. Okay. So I'm going to show you from the beginning where they have nothing inside. Okay. So only folder I'm going to copy is the RES. Okay. Now we're going to look at what kind of format this SD card have. So if you go to the W again, if I could find my W. Yeah, his problem is formatting to. You won't be able to see the W. I'm just going to have to go back to my PC. You won't have this problem. The reason I'm having this problem is I don't know why I'm having. So what you do is you're going to right click it and you're going to click on property. Okay. Alright. So the property is showing that this is a 1.22 is roughly 114 gigabyte. On the top, you're going to name it Neo Geo. Okay, make sure you name it to a Neo Geo. Okay, the system format is called exFAT. Okay, I recommend using the exFAT instead of FAT32. Okay, it runs better with exFAT. Okay, and then you just name it Neo Geo and then you click OK. Alright, or you could click property and rename, you know, and you could do it that way. But this one I have problems seeing my W drive, so this is how I'm doing it. And then once you rename it, you click OK, and it's going to become Neo Geo. If you don't do that, this is not going to see this drive. It's looking for the name Neo Geo on the drive. Okay, so you have to name it to Neo Geo with no space. It doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase. I don't think so because I put lowercase and this one automatically become uppercase. Alright, so once it finished burning, let's go back to my computer, zoom back out. It looks like it finished. And the way you could tell if it's finished, if you click any place, if it moves, that means it finished. If it doesn't move, that means it's still running in the background. So let's click on it. Yeah, it's finished. So it didn't take that long to copy all the stuff over there. Okay, so this is finished, so you are okay to go ahead and close it. Now we are going to keep this file open with a new window. Open new window. So I have there's nothing in here. On my Neo Geo, see the folder is actually called W Neo Geo, right there, Neo Geo. And then I'm going to go ahead and open the file that I transfer into H drive. Okay, so let me zoom this in so we can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make this to a 2-window screen so we see everything. And we're going to look for the Neo Geo mini hack. And we're going to look for the one called this one, 67 Neo Geo Marvel _ arcade 1UP. There's that file, RES. So that file is finished. And let's see how big this file is. Well, it's a 2.61 gigabyte. This whole folder. Okay, so we're going to copy this whole folder over here and let go. So it's going to copy to where's my finger? It's going to copy to a W. The flash drive, the name of the flash drive is called Neo Geo. See that? And it's going to the W. We let go, and then it's copying. Okay, and once it finished copying, we're just going to pop this SD card flash drive into the Neo Geo, and that's it. Alright, so you might be asking, okay, how do I add game? Because before it had limited size. Well, you don't have to worry about. You just open this folder, okay, and then you gonna wait till it finish because it's gonna create a hack. Once you create a folder called hack, we're gonna go into hack and then we could copy the game over. So while this is copying, I'm gonna go to where I keep all my file, my Neo Geo file, which is called this one, April the 8th. That's when I started to play with this thing. And I have Capcom, okay, and I have Neo Geo. So right now I'm just gonna copy the Capcom over. Oh, actually I could copy all the Neo Geo over as well. Which one should we do first? Let's just do Capcom, because Capcom, the file is not too much. So I have a picture called PNG. That one's gonna go to the pictures folder, and all this is a standard image. See, the size is much bigger. I didn't want to change the original. Maybe I need it for the other system console. I mean, other game system that I need, so I don't have to re-download the image. This one is made for this system. See, 114 by 78, so it's made for Neo Geo Mini. So, and those of you who haven't seen this, you could watch the video how did I change all the image all at one time. Now that is also on the first video, so check that out if you don't know how to do that, to change all the download image you have all at one time. Okay, so I'm going to view by type, so that way I could copy the Capcom game over to, because I don't have that much Capcom game because I was limited in size. Now I'm not limited in size, so I could copy all this, Final Burnout, copy all that from here to here, okay, which is how many game? Let's see, 48 game. So I'm copying 48 game over from Capcom, and I'm gonna do F5 to refresh. Did I press F5? I think so. Let me press F5. Let me click here again. F5. Alright, let's see. Now it's working. It's refreshing. Still haven't finished copying. Still copying all the cache. This is where all the Neo Geo game require for you to, if a file is more than 20 megabyte, you want it. See, this is a 40 megabyte file, so it's compressed to this format. So you have to do that if a file is more than 20 megabyte. Okay, so right now it's still copying cache, and so it's not finished. But once it's finished, what you do is you're just going to copy it into a folder called hack. Inside the hack, you will have a ROM folder. In the ROM folder, you're going to copy all this into the ROM folder called CPS. Okay, let's see how far this is doing. Right. Okay, so we need 2 more minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, so once it finished, we're going to copy that into here, and then we're going to pop it in. All right, I'll be back.